your tax returns yet? Oh boy, only 8 days left to file.
But if you've already filed and you're worried that maybe you've made a mistake, there are some things you can do to fix it now. And Crystal Faulkner with MCM CPAs and Advisors is here with help. Good morning, Crystal.
Good morning.
That's a big one. You've already filed and then you figure out maybe I did something wrong.
Well, especially now, people are in a hurry. They just want to hurry up and get it done.
Right.
And it's often easy just to miss a deduction, miss one of those 1099s.
Sure.
So if you do find that you have made a mistake, you absolutely want to correct it. You need to understand the magnitude of the mistake.
Okay.
And then generally you have about 3 years from the date you filed. So let's just say you're filing your 2015 return today. You have until 3 years from now to actually amend it. However, if you find you owe tax, the longer you wait, the more that interest and penalties are going to accrue.
Oh yeah, that's bad.
Definitely something to keep in mind. Now, will the IRS, will they fix anything for you?
They do.
They do?
They do?
Yes. So let's just say if in fact you just made a simple math error, then generally they'll just send you a note and say, hey, by the way, here's what we have.
I actually had that happen one time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But other things, like if you've made a mistake on, say, your filing status, the dependents that you can claim, you've left out income, and for sure if you've left out a big deduction, then you certainly want to go ahead and amend that return. It's absolutely important. And don't forget, if you amend your federal return, the state wants their piece of it too.
Oh, sure,
Yep.
Okay. Now, what else do people need to be aware of if they think they're going to have an amended return? What are some of the rules?
I told you that 3-year rule. Well, it
Yeah.
goes both ways. The IRS has 3 years to audit you under the statute
do
of
they?
limitations, sometimes longer if you've left out a lot of income. The key here is, though, when you amend the return, you've got to amend everything. And so you can't pick and choose what's more beneficial. And when you file an amended return, usually that means that IRS agent's going to pick up the return and look at it.
Yeah.
So just make sure you know what you're doing. Make sure that you actually get professional advice, and you cannot file electronically an amended return. You have to go the old-fashioned way on paper.
Well, and so many are doing everything online.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that's something certainly to keep in mind. And as we're getting closer and closer, maybe we can talk about this more in depth at another time, but what if you need an extension? You know, I mean, we're getting pretty close to that time now where people go, I'm just not going to get it done.
We're going to actually talk about that here in a couple of weeks. But the bottom line is, if you do need an extension, that's only an extension to actually file the return, not an extension to pay the tax.
Okay.
So you have to keep that in mind.
So if you're going to owe them, they're going to get their money,
They're
right?
going to get it, and they want it on April the 18th. You do have a couple more days this year, though.
Okay.
That's helpful. That's helpful.
Good
Thank
to
you
know.
so much, Crystal.